Here we are.
Hey, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Hope you all, for those that celebrate, of course, hope you all have a wonderful holiday weekend. So we'll start your Friday off right with a couple of laughs. I'm sure we'll get a few out of you tonight.
It goes anything like last week. All right, now we have no control over the autofocus on the camera, so if it goes out of focus, let us know. We'll move our hands around or jump up and down or something. Oh, you can't be going in and out the doors while we're on live.
That's me.
You can't be doing that either. All right, so let's see how many people we got here before we start the Tracy.
Damn YouTubers and their ads, man.
All right, 70 people. We'll wait a few more minutes.
Yeah,
hello, everybody. How y'all doing? I see Brittany and Kathy. And
oh, all hail Flappy. Everyone's asking where Flappy's at. So I have a sad story. You guys remember last weekend, this man actually broke Flappy's jaw. So me being the good man that I am, I actually took Flappy into the hospital.
Oh, my God.
And Flappy right now has his jaw wired shut, and he can't really talk right now. He's in a lot of pain. So he asked if he could stay home tonight and sit this one out. So when news got to Uncle Bruce, Bruce was pissed off.
Hey, family friendly.
That's all right.
All right, this is Josh's recovery story that he forgot Flappy at home.
No, because here's Bruce. He's coming for you.
Oh, my goodness. Well, guys, I'm Bigrich, Josh, and you all know you met Skylar. She's been, volunteering here for a while.
Oh, you can't see Bruce on this green screen. That's unfortunate.
Well, Skylar's here. She actually moved in now, and she's been helping a lot more.
It's the
You've been seeing
Flappy.
her. You guys have been seeing her in a lot more videos and doing a lot more things around here. She's actually doing the camera work for me, so we're, it shows any of the work that I do around here and that kind of stuff. So, welcome to the family. You've been doing good.
It shows Rich actually does work around here.
Oh, stop it. That's what it does show, though. All right, so let me check and see how many people are here. Only 70?
166.
Oh, there we go. 166. 183.
Yep.
Okay, so we can go ahead and start the Tracy update. Let me go to here. Let me settings and change the background for
before
Tracy.
You do, Holden's asking if he can add a Jaguar, Sickler, Peacock bass in with an Oscar and 2 Severums, and would they pick on them? As long as they're relatively the same size, they should be just fine. But if you have like a super large Jaguar, Cichlid, and smaller Oscars, they might get picked.
Or if you have them all in too small of a tank, you need, a bigger tank for them so they have their own territories.
But normally, good tank mates.
Okay, so now let's move on to the Tracy update. There she is. There's our girl, Tracy. Look at that smile. Okay, this week, you guys remember, if you just tuned in now and you didn't tune in last week we got her off of the mist or the fog machine and onto, now they're just, the oxygen that they give her. She was on 2 milliliters. Well, now they put a moisturizer type thing where the air goes through water and it comes through that oxygen tube, so we can eliminate the mist machine. And so that happened, and she was off of it for 2 days, and then today, the third day, her what do you call it, the secretions became a little thick, so we put her back on the mist machine at the smallest setting, lowest setting, for today, and it covered right back up. So we may have to go 2 days on, 2 days off, or 2 days on, 1 day off, or whatever we have to do to figure it out to keep her from getting any. We don't want her secretions drying up and possibly getting a mucus plug in her lung. So she's doing really, really well with that, and it's working great. But the problem is when she's on the just the oxygen and it's moist oxygen, the problem is she has to be on at least 2 because the machine can't push through at 1. When she's on the mist at its lowest setting, she can go down to 1 liter per minute oxygen. So, it's real close to being the same thing for each one, but it's we're going to have to just keep on going and seeing how she does. And, she can move on her own time as to what she wants to do with this or that, But with us pumping that steam into her trach and the oxygen, and she's coughing all the time, coughing up all this liquid, it was making her work overtime, coughing like, I'm sure you get a headache after you cough so much. She was nonstop coughing all the time. And now this gives her a break. So whether she can stay on it permanently or just a day or two at a time and then take a break and then go back on it, we're still, that's something new we're trying. So that'll be, it'll come in time. But it's definitely better than it was before, where she was coughing all the time and, all this phlegm building up in her, and we're constantly suctioning her out. It's so much nicer when she's on just the moist oxygen and without the mist machine. It's so much nicer. I mean, I may suction her out once a night at that point, where before I was doing it, 4 or 5 times a night. So it's definitely better without, but we don't want her drying out for any means. So when her secretions start to get thick and, like foamy instead of liquidy and clear, we'll put her back on the mist for a little bit. What?
Ken says Skylar's better on the eyes than Hoover and cooler.
For sure.
Thank you, Ken.
I got to it before our mods deleted it.
Oh, they deleted it? Why would they delete it?
Our mods are great.
All right.
Family friendly,
There's nothing wrong with giving somebody a compliment. That's fine and dandy. Now, if they were creepy about it. But anyways, what else with Tracy? She is just so much more aware. She looks at me all the time. I talk to her and that kind of stuff. She's not able to communicate yet, but she is just definitely more aware. Every time that I lay her down flat on the bed to get ready to change her, I'll tell her to stretch, and she'll go into stretch mode. It's getting more and more, and like after I get her position and all that, I can tell her she can stretch one more time before I put her legs propped up with the pillows under her knees and stuff like that. She's just like really listening and really aware. Oh, like she used to fight me on the diapers thing. I'm sorry, I keep wanting to look at the picture of us, which is here, but the camera's over here. So
put the screen more centered on the screen so you can do.
Well, the problem with that is I can't read the
there you go, you're fine.
things then. So now I'll look at the picture. But what was I getting? Oh, when I'm changing her, it used to be murder trying to open her knees up. She wants to clamp and stay closed, and she's listening to me now. I got to change you, and she just relaxes and lets me do what I need to do. And I tell her to stretch now after I get the new diaper and chuck on, and she stretches after that. And I tell her I'm getting ready to move her, so I grab the chuck from under her, put it over each arm, and I go 1, 2, and then 3. We pull, but I get the whole bed bouncing back and forth. And then on 3 we pull, and she just goes for a ride with it. Where before she would just like fight us, and put a leg out or something. She's just like working with me a lot more, and you can tell that she's there. She's a little sweetheart.
And the drinking word for the night would be Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Whenever you hear it, drink.
No flappy.
No flappy.
Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. That's nice. We can have that in there. I would have said Skylar if it wasn't a holiday thing, because she's the new person here. But
when Flappy's the drinking word,
everyone's getting drunk.
I pray that never happens.
All right. So let me get off of the Tracy. I hope you guys like the Tracy update. She's doing good, and the nurses are doing great. The nurse actually bought me pillows. She goes, "You need to sleep more. Here are the best pillows I've ever seen." And oh my God, they're just amazing. I went in there and laid on them for one time, and I'm like, Mara, you're going to ruin it, because now I'm not going to wake up to tell Tracy I'm going to be sleeping in these. So she got me a nice Christmas gift. Thank you, Mara. She goes, "You're welcome."
Colton's asking, how long does it take for a Tiretrack eel to get full size? That completely depends on what you mean by full size. I mean, full grown to most people is 18-inch. You can get a Tiretrack eel from a wee little 3-4 inch guy up to 18-inch in probably 2-3 years. But I have seen Tiretrack eels over 30 inches long, this big around.
Bigger around.
I've only seen one because they are hard to get to that point. Tiretrack eels are a little bit more shy than, say, fire eels. Fire eels will come out and they'll just hammer food. But we've got a Tiretrack eel back there, and he eats like a champ. He actually bullies a fire eel out the way a little bit. So I expect him to get pretty big. You're talking something around the 30-inch range. You're probably talking 5-7 years on a fish that eats every single day in good water.
Oh, you gotta have good water.
Always.
Okay, so now, any new news on the baby?
She's teething. She's growing. She loves
Every
to jump.
time I call Josh's house, I hear the baby back there yelling. I'm like, "What are you doing to that poor girl?" And he's like, "Dad, she's teething." So I call him the next day, and she's back there crying again. He's like, "Dad, she only does this when you call."
Yeah. Surprisingly, most of the time when we take her out, she's an angel. But when we're at home,
You know why? It's a new thing to look at. There's always something new. There's a car going by. Here's some wind in my face. Here's a door opening up. Here's new lights. Here's new colors. It's all new to her. So she's in amazement and wondering,
Right.
looking around. Being at home, she's like, "You're not trained yet, Dad. I'm going to train you."
Yeah, she's growing like a weed. Tell you that much. But yeah, she's doing great. No complaints.
Good deal. Good deal. And now this Christmas, this is just a background. We didn't put any decorations up. All the kids decided that, these are decorations, that, they're having Christmas at Josh's house. Well, with Tracy on her new machines, I can't take her over there. So I'm going to be here at Christmas time.
I'm going to try to go to Lori's.
Yeah, you're supposed to go to Lori's, and your boyfriend's picking you up and taking you?
Hopefully.
Okay. Our boyfriend, Bryce, you all know him. You all seen him before. They work together on the backyard boats things. She's supposed to go to Lori's. I'm going to be here with Tracy, but here's the thing is, the nurse is leaving today at 8 o'clock, and I'm not going to see a nurse again until Monday morning at 8 o'clock. So that's, 60 hours straight. I gotta take care of Tracy. Now, I've done it before, so I know I can do it, but I'm not looking forward to, working, 60 hours straight. But I got to do it this weekend and next weekend too. So from like Friday at 8 o'clock until Monday at 8 a.m., I'm not going to have no nurse either weekend. So as far as going nowhere, I can't leave the house the whole weekend. I can't do nothing. So Josh, if you will, the only thing I ask is please bring me a plate of food. Since it's at your house, I'm not cooking, so I don't have no cleanup to do. I didn't go shopping for food or nothing, It's always been at Dad's house.
So someone was actually asking what's on the menu for Christmas dinner. So we're doing 3 types of ham. We've got honey ham. We've got our own rendition of honey baked ham. And what's the third one? Maple or brown sugar. I don't remember. We've got them 3 hams. She's doing some scalloped potatoes. We're doing our white cheddar mac and cheese. Cinnamon carrots.
Really? You guys didn't like them when we had them here. We tried it this year for Thanksgiving, and nobody ate the cinnamon carrots, but they were really good. If you think about it, you ate them.
Mm-hmm.
They were really good, but nobody was like into cinnamon carrots, so I decided not to ever do that dish again.
I think that's where Brittany got the idea from.
Okay.
And she liked them. We're also doing
maybe she's the one person that ate them.
Sweet potatoes. I'm drawing a blank. I've got cheesecakes.
There you go.
Caramel pie. What else? I'm asking
pecan
pie. Yeah, we're doing pecan pie. I think.
Mashed potatoes, corn, gravy.
No, we're doing the scalloped potatoes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just stuff. There's a lot of finger
got
foods too. You got pretzel nuts and cheese, and you got bacon wrap, little smoky stuff like that.
Oh, you got to bring me some of those.
I will.
Okay.
Guys, Aquatic and Pets, been a member for 1 month, says you showed Peruvian shark attack other fish. Mine killed 2 batches of fish, including a high back arowana. That is an expensive lesson, but
Right.
let this be known that Peruvian sharks really should not be kept in the hobby whatsoever. They are one of those fish that will always, and no matter what you put them in or what kind of tank mates you have them with,
How big
they
a tank you
are
have
a
them?
true predator fish, and they will eat what they want. It's going to come someday, sometime. No matter how much you feed them, sometimes they might just go on a killing spree, or they might shoot out and grow, and they're hungry and they want more than you fed them the night before.
Right.
It happens, but you just have to be careful. But they are a beautiful fish. All right, we've got Derek, $5, says, hope you guys
Thank you,
have
Derek.
a Merry Christmas at OFR. Love the Tracy updates. Progress is progress.
That's right. That's right. She ain't, ever hit a plateau to where she's not getting no better. So here's to that doctor that said she would never come off of those 8 machines, that said we should have pulled the plug and had the whole family crying, he's an idiot.
All right, we got James Bellotti, I think, $5, and he didn't say anything. So thanks, James.
You guys got to move over this way.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Well, I moved the camera because it was a little lopsided. I put it back
Gotcha.
up straight. Now we're all off to that side.
Gotcha.
All right.
AZ Fish Room says, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone, and the Fishy fam.
Thanks, Tony.
Lori said she literally made 30 dozen cookies and used 6 pounds of chocolate to make candy.
Didn't bring us a nary a one.
Yeah, Lori, what the heck? Where are our cookies?
I want you guys to know that we super glued the swear jar in front of Skylar for this week's episode.
I have my coins.
She has her coins waiting. I made her come out of her pocket for that.
The Fajaka guy, $10, says, Merry Christmas, and how long for a Fajaka reach full size? So again, that depends on what you mean by
The temperature
full
of
size.
the water, how much you feed. Do you feed twice a day? Do you feed?
Well, you're looking at parameters of growth. Yes, that all plays into it. The warmer the water, the more they eat. The more they eat, the faster they grow. The cleaner the water, the longer they can live. But like I said in the previous comment, it depends on what you consider full size. Someone might sell a full size Fajaka and he's 12 inches long. Are you talking about full size as max growth? Are you talking 24 inches, 30 inches?
As big as they can get right before they reach
inches.
their lifespan expectancy and then die.
Yeah, so that all depends. But, I'd say, their first year of life, they are
First 2
very frail. They don't really grow much. You have to keep them
no.
packed full of food.
They do grow in their first year.
Puffers?
Yeah. You're going to be amazed at how fast these Mabu puffers grow now that they're eating good.
Yeah, they ate a ton today.
Yeah, I know.
You saw their bellies? They were so cute.
I went out there, they weren't full, and I have a video of it, and I said, see, no matter how many times you feed them, they all look like they're frail and going to die. And I fed them shrimp, and they got fat.
Yeah. They had like little Santa Claus bellies on each one of them today.
So in my experience, puffers don't grow big in their first few years of life. But once you get them, they start having what you call a fat reserve, and they can start having, stomachs and whatnot. Like you didn't notice, but when Lavaca came here, she started eating like a pig, and then she grew like 4 or 5 inches, and Eric came back and said, holy crap, she got huge.
Right.
I think larger puffers can grow faster than smaller puffers. And, so be it. Fish do slow down as they age.
Right, but the first years where they grow so much, go from 2 inches to like 5 inches, and that's a lot of growth for a 2-inch fish to 5 inches. That's what I was saying. And you're talking in the scope of a 30-inch fish or a 24-inch fish, they grew from 24 to, from 20 to 24, in the last year. That's a lot of growth, but that's the same growth as from, 2 inches to 5 inches in their first year. They're babies. All babies grow their first year,
Yeah, but, you put that into perspective, like in Arapaima. He grows from 3 inches to 5 inches. Still looks like my finger. Still a very frail fish.
I'm going to hook up a ring back here. So when we disagree, we can just go to the ring.
But
MMA style. I told you he grows.
I mean, I guess we'll see in the videos and whatnot. But what I think is they are going to be skinny and frail up until they hit 7 or 8 inches, and then they'll start packing on that body fat, and they'll start getting girthy. And then once they hit that, plateau, they'll start ballooning up like a blimp. And then you'll be like, all right, because when Lavaca came to us, she was like 12, 14 inches. And then when Eric came back,
I remember him freaking out when he came back.
18. She, grew 4 inches, but she also grew girthy.
Right.
And now when she passed, she was like 24. She's a big girl.
Maybe we fed her too much, too quick, too much.
I mean, it's possible. You really don't know, but she looked like she was healthy.
She was definitely healthy. I let her eat as much as she wanted. She was
not obese. I'll tell you that. She always wanted more.
She did.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing with fish. Like that they also have diseases just like humans. You might have organ failure or something like that, and you can never predict that. There is not really telltale signs. I mean, once stuff like that happens, there are signs like, hey, his liver's shutting down. You can tell this because there's this and that going on. Like, when I've even said it in videos, like I think his organs are starting to shut down because he's getting lethargic. His skin looks like it's getting sucked in, and craters, and there's blood all throughout underneath his skin. He's not filtering out the toxins that are in his blood.
Becoming
exactly.
What's that called? When people go to the place and they end up dying, they're getting not anemic, but not Pepsid. It's a word like that, where you're going and you're filling up with toxins and you end up going to die. You're getting, what is that, Mara? Septic. Thank you. You could have helped me out a little sooner.
Come on, Mara.
Yeah, when the fish get septic, you can definitely see the difference in their skin tone, the redness at them, and they're just not clearing them toxins out. There's a lot of our fish are 4 and 5 years past their life expectancy, and then all of a sudden one day you'll be like, look at we saw it like 6 months ago in Schwarzenegger. We thought he was going to pass. He was just standing on the one wall. He was out of color. He was weird looking. He wasn't eating, and we're like, oh no, he's 23-year-old. He's like 8 years past his life expectancy. He's huge, and now oh no, and then he ate the next day and he was back looking good. We're like, oh, thank God. So yeah, they turn septic. There's nothing you can do about that. No medicine in the world can cure that.
And that's a good thing about sometimes you have good YouTubers. They share their experiences, their knowledge, and help the general population. Like there's
general
not,
public population sounds like we're in jail.
There's not really a marine biologist out there that studies this specific
speaking of
fish.
This, our Skylar
interrupt me.
I interrupted you. She was going, to college and stuff, and she's got her grades going. She wants to go back to college and finish and become a marine biologist.
Yeah.
See, that's cool and all, but they don't get paid for jack.
I don't really care about that, though.
So what's the point?
I thought he was going to say, that's cool and all, but that's no reason to interrupt
I was originally going for computer engineering.
You see, I did the same thing. I started off as a marine biologist and a chemical engineer, and I looked into it, and I'm like, marine biology doesn't pay the bills. So, like, I kept fish as a hobby because, like, I love.
Yeah, that's one heck of a hobby we got going here.
And then
I don't even know if you can consider this a hobby
engineer.
at this point.
But at the same time, can you say some more stuff than a marine biologist knows?
I do.
Exactly, because marine biologists don't study a single fish. They know a lot about the life structure of fish, and no fish is exactly the same. If you say this fish has this organ here, well, if you come to that fish, you're gonna get it wrong if you stab in the same spot. So
why are we talking about stabbing fish?
like if you're trying to inject a fish with a shot
or take out air from the air bladder.
So, yes. So this was kind of going back with what I was getting at when you so rudely interrupted me.
My son.
So
I never knew it grew up to be this, mean towards me.
So back to what I was saying, YouTubers sharing their knowledge. Like, we don't know everything. We do a lot of things by trial and error. A lot of these fish that are available today weren't available 10 years ago. And there's no one marine biologist that is sharing this information with you. We're going through it in real time. We're sharing with you our knowledge and what we know about all these fish. And we're basically putting this content out real time. Like, hey, do this. Don't do that. We messed
like
this
our
up.
quarantine process. We've got, 3 things we go for. And we have our set medications that we use. And everyone's forever asking us what we use.
Yeah.
Because it works for us, We do a week of parasitic, a week of fungal, and a week of bacterial. And then we watch them for a week. And then we introduce them to our system.
Can you get that one?
Yes, sir.
All right, we got Anthony Norris. He says, $5. Merry Christmas, 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 and happy holidays.
I think he's trying to get people drunk. Merry Christmas, Anthony. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All right, can you scroll down and get the yellow one? Down a little ways.
Oh, my goodness.
There you go. We got Jackie Hudson, $10. He says, Merry Christmas to everybody at OFR. You guys are awesome. I start my mornings with you every day. I can't have fish of my own right now, and it's so cool watching all of yours. Well, you know what? Sometimes that's what we're here for.
I'm talking to a buddy of mine who's going to make screensavers up of each one of our tanks, and we're going to give them out to our members and stuff.
Wait. You have a buddy?
And we're working on that now. It's just that you put it on there, and it'll be a screensaver of OFR's tank for your computer, whatever. You can, that kind of stuff. So we're working on that. We're going to try and give you guys some goodies.
We got Dana Miller.
There's my mother. Thank you, Mom.
Holy crap. Thank you. She said,
that's your mother?
Yeah.
Just donated $100?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much.
She said,
she's
thanks.
Like, take care of my girl. Buy her some food. She's getting skinny.
She said, thanks for all you do. I appreciate the help today with the power failure. Well, what happened?
She had her power went out, and I told her, you can do this, this, or this. And she's like, well, I can't get out. I can't leave. So
yeah, we had a winner blast today.
So I told her how to make the Pepsi.
Wait. For those of you that don't know, we have ambient temperature -5 degrees Fahrenheit, -30 degrees Fahrenheit. That equates to -34 degrees Celsius. For those of you across seas.
Look at you. So I sent her a couple of videos how you can drain water out of your tank, fill a Pepsi bottle, have another tube coming out going to an air stone, and then when your Pepsi bottle gets full, as it fills up with water, it's creating air pressure, making air going into the tank, and then you can just empty the Pepsi bottle back into your tank, and then you start to siphon again back into the bottle, and it's a constant way of making air for your tank without, no electric. And gladly, she didn't need to use it. The electric eventually went back on.
Yeah, it was a couple hours, though. She doesn't really know how long it was.
She was kind of freaking out for a second. She's like, I threw blankets over my tanks. And I'm like, okay, that must mean it's cold in there. She goes, yes, it's really cold.
Yeah, she's freaking out.
First time I talked to Skylar's mother, and, she's kind of freaking out on me a little bit. She was very nice.
She's got a pretty nice pleco in there, too.
Yeah, we've had, power go out before, before we were on this scale. We had a little 35 gallon. We're sitting there taking pictures of water, pouring it back in.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing you can do. Bubbles. Very simple. You take the pitcher of water, you scoop it out of your tank, and you go up like 4 foot above it, and you just pour it slowly. As the water's hitting the water, it's making emulsified air going way down into the tank and re-oxygenating it. That was the next pinch I was going to show her, which would have been very easy. But you got to do that like every 20 minutes, and it gets monotonous if your power's out for 2 days or something.
Reaper's in here. Reaper, hi Reaper.
Calm down, girl. Calm down. Wait, isn't this the guy that just left me the van and he put my seat all the way forward and all the way up? And I couldn't. I went to go in.
What about the snow?
Hold up! I couldn't even get in the van. I went to put my leg up in, and my butt hit. I didn't even fit down into the window. My shoulder hit the side. I'm like, what's going on here? She's laughing her butt off. I'm like, Reaper, dang it! And I put the seat down. I put it back. I finally be able to fit in my car. I turn it on and find out there's 30 miles left until you're running out of gas.
Wait, let me tell you.
I'm like, Reaper!
Reaper's famous
Wait.
signature.
Let me tell the next part.
Hold up. So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, oh, because I'm outside in my flip-flops and my coat.
In negative 30-degree weather?
Yes. And I walked to my van and the wind kicked up and it took my shorts, which are nice, just warm shorts, but it ballooned them up and I'm like, it's cold. So I made it to the van, but I was walking on top of the snow and I fell down in. I might as well have been barefoot in the snow because I got snow between my flip-flop and my foot, on top of my flip-flop, in my flip-flop top, between my foot. I get in the car and I'm like, oh my God. And then I have to, move the seat back and do all this stuff. I finally get in and everything's okay. And then I find out I have no gas. And then here comes Skylar. And she goes, go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay.
Bring up the picture.
No,
No, let me tell you, she was dying to tell this part.
Dude, she was laughing her butt off. So here we go. I'm already aggravated, and I'm cussing Reaper out. I'm in the car, and we have to go to the bank, and I have to go to the store to get Jerry's present because I'm not going to have a chance after 8 o'clock tonight. I can't leave.
Okay.
So I can't even leave to get alcohol or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or food or anything. So go ahead.
We didn't know why it was so cold in the van.
Oh, it would not warm up. I'm driving. I'm trying to see this. The wipers were stuck down. We scraped off the window, but the wipers were stuck. They wouldn't turn on.
Wait. You have remote start. Why did you start?
I did. Did I not do that?
Yeah, no, you did.
I did the remote start.
Reaper left the back windows open in the van.
So inside the van, show them the picture.
It looks entirely covered in snow.
The whole van was covered in snow inside. And the windows were still open. Go up there, show the camera. That's the inside of my van. I'm like, Reaper, I'm going to kick his butt. Move on back. And now, as long as we're not,
sorry, Reaper,
distorted. But yeah, so she's over there laughing. My feet are freezing. I can't got no wipers. I've got the heat on. I'm trying to do all this. I can't get in the van. I finally get in. I find out there's no gas. And then the whole back of the van is full of snow. I'm like, Reaper! I turned to Skylar and I go, that's my good buddy, Reaper.
All right, we got James Bellotti again, $1. Says, any idea why albino arrow and cat shark would freak out for no reason? It is in a 300-gallon glass tank. It's about 20 inches long. So cat shark, I imagine you're probably talking about an iridescent shark. Those things are bound to freak out over nothing. You walk by the tank and freak them out. They will, just hit the side of your tank. They're liable to knock themselves out. If that fish freaks out, that's causes for the arrow wanting to get spooked and just jump or,
Oh, that's how we lost that big Temensis bass. We had, what was his name? The red tail? Big Bill. Went after one of our little catfishes that were in there. Like I say little, it was a 30-inch catfish. Big Bill come in at 4 foot. This was a 30-inch catfish. But in process now, this Temensis bass was like every bit of 36 inches. Hugest bass I've ever seen. We got it from Antonio Martinez. And he was raised for 4 years in a open-topped pond in his basement, right? So we put in our 3,000, which is open-topped. He ain't going to jump. He's never jumped in his life. Well, Big Bill going after this other catfish, scared, must have, hit him or something. But we came out in the morning and this Temensis was on the floor. It was the most heartbreaking thing because I just fell in love with this fish. This is the biggest bass I've ever seen in my life, and it was amazing. It was huge, and I've shed tears that day. This was amazing. This fish was huge. However, Antonio Martinez feeds, he does a good job because in 4 years, he got it that big. That was the biggest Temensis bass I ever seen. But Big Bill going after the fish spooked him, and he went to freak out and go somewhere else and ended up jumping out. So it could happen at any time,
Now, Big Bill, now mind you,
she's still here.
Is a 50-inch red tail catfish.
Yeah, she's still here.
A big one.
She turned out to be Big Wilhelmina, not Big Bill. It was a girl.
Yeah, it's a girl.
So she's still here in the pond.
Reaper says over 300 watching, only 90 likes. Hit that like button, people, and Merry Christmas.
Oh, that ain't going to make up for it, Reaper. That ain't going to make up.
Reaper, Do you understand how cold we were in that van today?
It's -4 outside, and there's snow inside my van. And
Feels
it took
like
us.
-30.
We drove to like what 3 different spots,
Yeah.
and did all of our shopping and did everything we had to do. By the time we got home, it was just warming up. My feet were frozen, and I have no excuse. I was wearing flip-flops, I know, but usually I get in my van and the heat's kicking, the windshield wipers work, we got to the bank and the window wouldn't roll down because it was, so icy and, cold. Yeah. So poor Skylar, she's all dry. I'm in flip-flops and a coat. She jumps out of the passenger seat, runs around the van, goes over. I pull the van forward. She grabs the thing out of the bank thing, hands it to me. I put the deposit inside of it, hand it back to her. She puts it in the tube, and she goes, now what? I go, press that green button, and it sucked up and left. Then she can run back in the car and get back in, and then, the tube's coming back. She's like, we'll just scrape the window. She grabbed the scraper out of the back, and she ran around the van. I'm still in the driver's seat. She ran around the van. She scraped the bottom of the window, which it started working then. And it was a crazy morning. But Reaper, you will get repaid, son.
We got Ray Aquatics, a member for 2 years. Merry Fishmas to the OFR family. Thanks, Ray, and we appreciate the support.
Yes, thank you. Did you get this one?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so we're going down to
we are going down to the green one. You'll pass the blue one, hit the green one.
We're going. Wow. A lot of people talking and chatting tonight.
That one.
That's the one you want?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Chris O, $5 says, have you guys talked about that huge saltwater tank explosion in Berlin Hotel? Merry Christmas. Yes, we did. That was actually last week's live stream. We talked all about it and gave our explanations on why we think it happened, all this stuff.
The temperature drop.
And that was actually in the first probably 20 minutes of the stream. So if you haven't watched, go back and
watch last week's video of the live stream, and it'll be there, and we explain the whole reason why we're pretty sure it happened. These other people don't understand how it could happen, but we've had this kind of thing happen before, and we know what's going on. They had a temperature drop.
So Nick Lott says, it doesn't matter how cold y'all were, you made him drive to New York for chiclets. So the thing is, Reaper likes to drive. And Reaper does his content for his channel, going and picking up all of these fish. We pay for the trip, and then the fish get saved, so it works out for everyone involved. If it wasn't for Reaper, I would put a post up on OFR saying, "Hey, free cichlids in New York," and we'd find him a home.
Reaper needed a video.
Yeah,
he was willing to go do the drive. We didn't have anybody that could go with him. To help him carry the tanks, but the owner that, Dave, I think his name was Dave, right?
I have no idea.
He said he could help and all that. So Reaper just decided, okay, I need a video before Christmas, so boom. So I funded the trip, and Reaper got his video, and we got some fish, and we got some tanks, and, we're going to help this guy out because he's been really so helpful. He's been so helpful. And he's contacted us many times about it, and he was supposed to be picked up on the last trip. But you guys remember that last trip to New York was a real fiasco. It was horrible. He didn't get his fish picked up at that time. So Reaper decided, I'll go run back there and do that. It was 4.5 hour drive there, 4.5 hour drive. It was some gas, but it helped Reaper get his video for the day, and it helped him, with his situation, because he was, I guess, moving or something, and he couldn't take all this with him. He was going to have to just either put it out front or give it all away to strangers,
Yeah.
So it's a win-win-win for everybody. And it's Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Spread the cheer, spread the love, How about this one right here?
We already got that one.
Here's this one.
We did not get.
Wow, okay.
We got Gaia's Aquatic and Pets. Says for 100 sec. Merry Christmas to Alora. It's her first to Josh. Bigrich, and God bless Tracy.
Aw,
so,
thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
They've been around the fish group forever. Her and her husband both. I think it's the same people I'm talking about.
No, don't think. Maybe.
Yeah.
But yes, it is Alora's first Christmas. She's not really going to remember much, but she likes the
But you'll have pictures and you'll have memories of showing her. When she grows up and says, "You're a bad dad," you'll be like, "Look, this is what we did for you." You get off of that. Stop it. Will you guys please come and take this kid away to the funny farm where everything's all happy and good? Oh, yeah. Get away, Josh. Stop.
You hurt Flappy.
Oh, no. I'll hurt you too. Back off.
You can't break my jaw.
Want to bet? You guys, this kid needs to be committed. Oh my God. He nailed that right straight to the nip.
Right to the nip. That's next week's drinking word. #nip.
Stop now.
Hey, that's not fair.
Hey, Josh, there's children around. Point to Skylar. Watch your language.
Slap around and find out, buddy. Just saying.
All right. Any other help we can give? Let's answer some questions here.
Let me get back into the live stream here. You know, I went off there just to find the Jaws theme
Well, here,
song.
read this one real quick.
OBG Foster, $2 says, Merry Fishmas to Itty Bitty and Kippy. So we forgot to put up the poll last week. We got to remember to do it.
The poll for the names.
Yes.
Okay, so far we're on two names. There was Huey, Dewey, and Louie, which is Donald Duck's nephews.
I agree with that.
Then there was also like, share, and subscribe, which
Then there's 3.
that's amazing,
If you
right?
get that one, I get Itty Bitty and Titty.
Itty bitty and titty.
Josh,
That's not a swear word.
titty?
No, it's not.
You just said it. You're the youngest
No,
of
he
us.
said it.
But you just said it back at him. If that was wrong for him, you did wrong, showing him how wrong he was.
All right.
No, you're going in 2. There you go.
Can you scroll down to the orange one?
Yes, sir.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, what about Flappy?
Flappy. There we go. Jim Sheasley, $20. says,
Hey, Jim, how you doing, buddy? Thank you
next
so much.
time Reaper goes out east, I can help him as long as it's not bigger than a 75 or I can't carry.
It was two
Thanks,
75s and a 40, and then a bunch of fish and some supplies. And here's the thing. Reaper took the thing that goes into your trailer hitch and it becomes like a wheelchair carrier or something. And he put
Call it luggage rack.
a luggage rack. He put 2 75-gallon stands on there and strapped them down. When he gets back here, I'm like, Reaper, he goes, what? I go, you drove all the way from New York back to here with absolutely no license plate. You covered the license plate. The whole drive, you had no license plate. But not through any of the turn, the turnpike, the turnpike. I didn't do it. I stopped myself.
That deserves.
Okay. So none of that, but there's a way to get away with free turnpike charges. They can't bust you if they can't see your license plate.
Reaper was just being smart.
He's something, I'll tell you that.
He was just being smart. Nobody realizes it. They can't see your license plate. You don't.
Hey,
have
I went to get in
control.
my car today, and I couldn't even fit my butt in, let alone my whole body. And I had to move the chair down and to move the chair back. And I get in, and I tell her, I'm like, this is my buddy Reaper.
I have another Reaper story.
What?
When we went to go pick up my stuff for my house, and on the way back, Reaper drove us 20 miles past the exit.
He missed the exit.
By 20 miles, though.
Oh, my God.
He's just sitting there
It was-
casually driving, like, hey, where are we supposed to get off?
Dude,
Vermilion, what the?
It was by 35 minutes.
Reaper.
It took us like an hour and a half to get back, and it's a 35-minute drive.
I'm funding all these drives that he's going and making his videos with. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying?
told me he just likes to go through the gates.
Oh, my God. Reaper, I don't know what I'm going to do with you, buddy.
He said I was on the phone.
I know you're a Reaper, but you
There's
should've-
no excuses, Reaper.
The whole GPS thing, it comes up with a voice and tells you, turn right here.
Serious Fish
Yeah,
Keeper
that's what I
said he
thought.
wanted some alone time with Skylar.
He
Oh,
probably-
come on now. Guys, look, let me address this real quick. On the last couple of videos where Skylar's been around, we have gotten some just ignorant, messages. Like, oh, it's creepy of Rich, the video, Skylar, she's too young for him. Look, she has her boyfriend, okay? I have my wife, Tracy. I'm taking care of her. There's nothing creepy about this at all, okay? She needed a place. I got 3 extra bedrooms that all my kids moved out. I got an 8,500 square foot home that I have to take care of. She moves into the bedroom, take care of like the dishes or the laundry or help feed the fish or clean the tanks, help me do some of the work around here, and you can stay for free. I don't care. I don't use the rooms. That's as simple as it is. There is no creepiness,
All that means is they're freaking jealous.
They're jealous.
There's a high five there, buddy. Up top. Yeah.
I'm just saying, the one video where Skylar was in the water, her boyfriend was standing on the side. I didn't videotape him, but I videotaped Skylar, and she was putting the camera underwater. So I videotaped that, and then I was able to go to my GoPro footage and show the underwater footage. That's why I was videoing her. It shows the camera going under the water. It ain't like some old guy, perving on a young girl. You know what I'm saying? She looks like she's, 214 to me. I mean, she's just way too young. But other people are like, you got to stop with these comments. This is just dumb, okay? I have a spare room. She needed a place. Her boyfriend comes by all the time. I mean, it's not that was just dumb to me to be able to have to, delete these stupid comments. I mean,
can you scroll up and get the green one?
Sure.
That one.
There you go.
Lori Kish, $5. She
Hi,
said,
Lori.
Snap, crackle, and pop. Awesome names. Hit the like button.
Oh yeah, that was another one I liked.
All right.
Thanks, Lori.
So
Thank
then
you so
that's
much.
4.
She's what?
So that's 4 options.
Oh, I thought you said someone's at the door. Thanks, Lori. We will consider that one too and put that on the poll also. Lori's our head mod. She's been around for a long time and taking care of business. All right, you got this one now?
Mike Wynn, $10 says, Happy
Mike, hi,
holidays,
Mike. How
gang.
you been?
Josh sent a video of bullies sometimes. Yes, I've been bad. There's been some people in my inbox saying, I promised the guy from Iowa I'd send a video of Pancake, and I haven't yet.
Well, Pancake, I don't know if you guys know, because I don't know. It seems like you guys skip videos and then you come in and you're commenting and saying, what happened to this fish or what happened to that fish? Look, Pancake was in the 4,400 and somebody bit off the tip of her tail. Well, it got infected and it was fungal and all kinds of stuff. We moved Pancake out of the 4,400 and into, what is that, a 240?
Yeah.
As soon as you walk in the door, the 240 to the left, she's in there by herself. And we got her eating. We got her under medication. She's healing back up. Everything's fine. But if we'd have left her in there, it probably wouldn't have worked out well.
Well, she went to the stingray pond first, and then we took her
Right. But, sometimes we move fish, and then people are like, oh, my God, what happened to this fish? He's dead. I know it. You guys won't say nothing. And I'm like, oh, my God. And I ignore that person and go on to the next comment. And then I get, you have ignored me multiple times. I know that fish is dead. I'm like, oh, my God. I don't want to give the negative, comments any kind of play. But it's just like it makes me upset. And I'm like, look, watch the video of today's video. He's actually in there, and it aggravates me. But I'm sorry.
But he's talking about bully. I imagine that's his flower horn. I know last time he was here when he dropped off the tank, we had 3 or 4 flower horns here. So I sent his flower horn to go live with my buddy, and he had a tank set up and he's wanting to breed them.
Is this Nick?
Yes.
Yeah, Nick's a great guy, has multiple huge tanks, and he's going to breed them. So
I will get a picture video for you. Keep pestering me if I forget.
Yeah, you got to keep pestering us because we have so much going on at all times. Just today there were 2 different people here dropping off fish that I don't even remember. They come to the door like, I talked to you. I'm like, okay, I talked to 1,000 people a day. How can I help you? They're like, no, you answered me. I'm like, okay, talked to 1,000 people today. How can I help you? we're here to drop off a fish. Okay, what kind of fish? I talked to you. I'm like, okay, I don't remember, but I talked to 1,000 people today. How can I help you? What kind of fish is it? Then she told me, I'm like, oh, yes, I do remember talking to you. Okay, so you got to bring it up. You can't just come to the door thinking you're the only one I talk to and I'm going to remember you. The point is, I talk to 1 million people a day, and, when you show up here, you got to let me know, hey, I talked to you about, bringing 6 goldfish and a pleco. I'll be like, oh, yeah, I remember that. So it's rough for me because it's just so hard because I talk to so many different people about so many different things and then so many different levels of things, or we're talking to people about making our own food. We're talking to people about making medicated food. We're talking to people about tours. We're talking to people about dropping off fish. I go on and I answer so many different emails, but the thing is, or messages, the thing is, once that message is answered, it's out of my mind and I move on to the next problem and it's out of my mind. And then if somebody brings it back up, it's fresh. Okay, let's deal with that problem. So, it's just rough that way. And I can't remember everything. You guys know I had that brain surgery to where I don't remember. I got the short-term memory loss, so I write down everything. So, it's just if I say you can come over and you're here, just remind me of that. You told us to come over and drop off this. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, okay, no problem. But there was people at the door been like, I talked to you today. You told me to come by. I'm like, okay, I don't remember that. Well, what do you want me to do? Go home now? I'm like, no. What did you bring? You know what I'm saying? Let me, talk to me a little bit. Let me remember this. I talked to so many different people. It's crazy. And people don't understand that. They think they're the only person I talk to. So of course I should remember that, but once I answered my side of the conversation, it's out of my mind. I'm on to the next problem,
Past that, we get 1 million messages a day. Like I seen, I started the conversation with that girl who's wanting to give us sponsored ads, and I started off, and then like the way that she talks to people is not really.
Are you talking about the Facebook ads that I've been talking to her about?
It's not very professional,
right?
And like. Just the way that she decides to talk to you, like, do you understand? Like, yes.
Yeah, we're not stupid.
Like, I understand. Give me more information. Like, I sent 3 messages myself. Like, yes, we're interested. Give me more information from your end. What do you want? What do you expect? Tell me more.
How much can we make from it? Are we making, anything? Are you, what?
It got to a point to where he jumped in and, yeah, now it's it's progressing a bit, but it's still like, why are you speaking like this?
And then she sends me a thing, and all of a sudden 5 minutes later, did you get my email? I'm like, I don't know. Let me go check the emails. I have to go through 900 messages to get to the one that she sent, and then just to answer her question, I'm like, yeah, we got the email. Okay, go ahead and fill that out and blah, blah, blah. And then you'll be a Facebook ads representative and blah, blah, blah. And you can go here and do this and do that. I'm like, oh, Jesus. It's just too much. It's all too much at once.
That's an ad. It's a sponsored ad. We don't really have to do anything. It's $100 a day.
Well, that would be cool. Josh.
Rich.
Me and Skylar were going over the Instagram yesterday.
Yeah.
You have offers, and I added them up. $3,200 we could make if you would accept these offers. You got to do 1 video, 1 reel, and they're willing to pay you $100. This offer, 1 video, 1 reel, and then 2 stories or something like that, and they're willing to pay $250. I added them all up. It came out to $3,200, and I'm like, oh my God. Skylar's like, what? I'm like, I'm going to talk to Josh. You have dropped the ball on that, son.
Don't really know what you're talking about there.
Instagram ads. They're offering all these different, things. If you would just do like a short and a story,
Show them after this.
I'll show you. Yeah.
Yeah, you can show me. The only thing that I know that comes through like that is TikTok, and it's through the marketplace.
No, it was through Instagram.
It was Instagram for sure.
I
told you he didn't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Because you know how I do the unboxing for the free fish and stuff. It's the same thing, Or we get the Opez, power banks. it's the same thing on that.
Yeah.
So we can do that, and you can get that TikTok, going like that. It's business TikTok, basically.
I will definitely see what you're talking about after the show, but
there's $3,200 in offers. Now you probably won't accept all of them because some of them were like $100. You do 5 videos, and then you're not going to take that. But some of them were like $250, one video, or I'm sorry, one short and one reel or something like that. Whatever it said. But it was definitely worth looking into.
So like, I know the things that I do accept, and I know that's there. Like I only accept the things that were worthwhile. Like I'm not gonna go out of my way and basically.
There's a lot that they offer for me for like on the YouTube, like support our video game. I don't do no software supports at all. I don't do no video games. I'm not going to push my people to go watch this video game so that we can make a little bit of bucks. If it's something to do with what we do and I believe in it, I'll support that, and then we take that on. So like when we do a video for the Opez, and the first 3 minutes of the fish video is about the power bank that we got for free, that helps us out. You guys watch, and then there's in the description it shows how you can get yours, blah blah blah, and then there's always a discount link to it. That kind of stuff that helps us because now we have these power banks that has helped us like tremendously over the time.
So I see what you're talking about.
Oh, you found it.
And this is something I just unlocked probably 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So
you dropped the ball. You dropped the ball because I found it yesterday and I was all over it. Whether free product or money towards the rescue, we can do those kind of things. We're not doing them now, so I want to start doing things like that to help cover everything.
So I told myself, so I was talking to someone as well, someone who's in like the same sort of range that we are, the same Instagram followers, YouTube, all that.
Okay, so not Brian Barczyk, because he gave us a lot of info.
Said, don't accept these if they're under this amount. If you have this many followers,
there's one in there for $250 and one in there for $500.
All right, so back to what I was saying.
Since I so rudely interrupted you.
Exactly.
You see this? I have to deal with my son.
Not to accept people under a certain amount, and you can filter this, and you can basically say, "Give me notifications for this," and they have not hit that point yet. To where if
so you're greedy.
If you hold out, people will want to pay you more because our Instagram is growing daily.
Like we went from 47 up to like 89 now.
So
quickly,
and Greg has been doing it
47,000
a lot longer, and we're about to pass him. Same thing with predatory fins. So if you hold out, you're going to get these offers that are like, "Hey, we'll give you a post that's $1,000. You do an ad, stuff like that." Right. To where you have to kind of like know your worth. Like now, I'm not saying I want to be greedy, but I also agree with these people who are telling me you need to know your worth. Like, don't accept something for $50 when you could be getting $500.
Right. Well, there is one offer for $250, one offer for $500, and the offer for $500 was as much work as one of the offers for $100.
Okay, so I am seeing it, and there is one offer I got a notification for. It came in a few hours ago.
Oh, so I didn't see that one.
And it runs until it starts January 31st and goes until February 14th. So there's still time.
Okay.
Like it doesn't start for a month, and that's $520.
Okay.
My limit is $500 and up. And that's what they told me to start out with. Once you start accepting them, people will know, like, hey, you have this amount that you can get this person to start doing these ads. And if you start doing great ads and you start
I get all these offers all the time from YouTube.
Yeah.
But I just delete them because I don't do no software. I don't want to send my people. We're a fish group. I don't want to send my people to go play King's Army. I don't even do that. I pass on all that money. On certain things like the e-bikes, I just accepted an offer on that because they're going to give us a $2,000 e-bike for free if we do a little, 30-second, 1-minute video at the beginning of our thing.
Right.
Well, that's pretty neat and fun, and I wouldn't mind having that. So I'll do that, but that's still not fishy. But it's something I might want,
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely go over your house and back, no problem. You're right down the street.
Yeah, so a lot of these, like the start date is, January and February of next year because we just got approved for it. So
Right.
like once you hit a certain point, you get approved and you can start doing all this stuff. So that's something.
Yeah, because you're not making no money through that other than now all these
new.
sponsored ads is going to help out a lot.
So like that is where you make your core, monetization from ads, you really don't make a
Right.
lot.
No.
So like on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, where you make, the core amount of your money is from sponsored ads.
Right.
So like that's something that we haven't really dove into that we really should. And we're just now starting to get our feet
Our
under
momentum
us.
built
And
up.
they're starting to like, hey, these guys are worthwhile. Let's pay them.
Right, because we're a good group. We have a lot of followers, and we're a family oriented. We're not out there, there's a lot of programs out there that are not family friendly. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. So yeah, that took me quite a bit to become eligible for that, and we just got approved. And like for a good portion there, we weren't even eligible for the Instagram bonuses. That there's people who have 5,000 followers, and they were getting bonuses from Instagram, and we had 40,000, and we weren't eligible. I don't know what deems you eligible for that, but then we finally got it. And we've been running with it. We got Jim Sheasley, $5, says, besides that, Rich, you have Jerry. Speaking of the help.
Well, this is funny. Jerry showed up. Now, he had talked to me. I got a message from somebody. And he's like, hey, I had put a message out. If you need a place to stay, I need help here, blah, blah, blah. Jerry calls and, he messages that, hey, I'm like 70-something, blah, blah, blah. But I can help out. I can't really lift nothing, but I can, help out around there, blah, blah, blah. And I never really, got back to him. He showed up at the door one day. He's like, I'm here to move in. I'm like, I see this old guy on there. I'm like, okay. And, he's like, no, you said this, you said that. I'm like, I do remember that, but I never gave you an answer. You should have just showed up here, and then he shows up and, Jerry takes care of things. Hoover used to take care of the plants outside, watering them, and he was killing the plants. Took care of the garbage on Wednesdays, and then, every night, whatever's in the sink, put it in the dishwasher. And take out the garbage daily to the garbage that goes out weekly. And, them kind of things. And Jerry, he's done a better job than Hoover has, but Jerry can't go with us on rescues and carry tanks. So, but he does now live here, and he is, in the basement. He's got Hoover's old room, and he's been, he really made them plants start growing. He's doing really good. There's one plant that's not doing good out there, but as opposed to what, Hoover was doing, Jerry's taking amazing care of him. So, he's doing good. And now Skylar, she helps me clean the insides of the tanks, clean the outsides of the tanks. She helps me feed the fish. And then general cleanup out there. Stuff on the floor. It hurts me to bend over.
Moving tanks, too.
She wants to move big tanks.
I did to move to
I saw her drop
sleeping.
a whole tray of Bambi McCluskey's cookies. And I'm like,
Sorry,
I'm not
Bambi.
going to give you a tank to carry. No. Rich, let me carry a 150-gallon tank. No. You dropped a 5-pound box of cookies. I mean, you made it look like you don't like Bambi McCluskey's cookies.
Hey, Reaper and I moved all those.
She grabbed the cookies from Bambi McCluskey and went, poof, like, I don't like your cookies.
Hey, we moved. You were asleep, and Reaper and I were outside moving tanks around. And
Them were 75 gallons, yes. And I wouldn't have offered you to do that. I would have went out with Reaper and done it myself. You know what I'm saying? because I saw you drop a 5-pound bag of cookies,
I'm not
box
gonna,
of cookies.
yeah, but I'm not going to drop a.
You know what she did? You know what she did? She goes, oh, I'll eat the ones that hit the floor. And she picked them up off the floor and started eating them. I'm like, stop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I said we're going to give them to the other guys that were in the car.
Oh my
But not tell them. That's what happened.
You're right. You're right.
All right, we got Kevin Deacon, $2 says love and hugs, Team Tracy.
Oh, thank you, Kevin. That's awesome. That's awesome. Tracy's coming back to us. It's a matter of time. But when she does become communal, where she can talk to us, she's going to have a couple years of speech therapy, physical therapy. It's going to be a long road, But the fact that she's coming back at all is way more than any doctor had said that she had chance to. And she amazes my nurses and me all the time. She's just amazing. She's a fighter. She's doing it.
We got Darren Schriever, $2 says Ed, and Eddie, Puffers.
Thank you for the $2, buddy.
I like
Appreciate
itty
it.
bitty and titty.
Me too. I think that'll win.
No.
It so will win. If not,
Like, subscribe, and share.
You see, everybody's saying they saw me help with tanks. And remember the
If
one time
not,
I had the
that'll
300
be-
gallon?
Dewey, Louie, and Stewie.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie. That's Donald Duck's nephews. She did not pick up a 300 gallon. She took one side of a 125 gallon, and she's like, Rich, watch, I can do it. And she just walks over and she picks up 125 gallon as I'm saying, no. She picks it up and holds it up, and then I'm like, set that down carefully. Set it down. And she did. She set it down. So, I mean, she's got the strength to do it, but why she dropped that 5-pound of cookies, I don't know.
Unfiltered Fish Keepers, $5.
The bigger the better.
He says Ozzy, Randy Rhodes, and Zach Wild from Puffers.
Awesome names. Awesome names. We're going to have to put them all up on. Did you just drop his phone too?
Yeah,
No,
she did.
but,
She knocked it right on my
You
hand.
knocked his phone right out of his hand.
You
And
missed,
you're telling
you
me
missed my joke, and it goes in the.
you're telling me that you can carry tanks, but not only do you drop
No, I
your
said
own
the
stuff,
bigger the better. That's why I put the coin.
and then you're knocking things out of other people's hands.
No, I didn't knock it out.
Oh my god. Okay, so
Yeah,
unfiltered
so
fish keepers
people
on.
noticing my Santa hat, you go down, it's red, you go up, it's green.
Yeah. Mine's
Oh,
just red and white
It's see-through. Once I go up, I disappear.
because the green.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what's the next one here. Wow, we're way far behind in these messages.
Yeah, we got JP Marlowe. There you go. $10 says you're informational and good old boys. Kentucky certified.
Kentucky
Can't
certified.
minimize that. I miss seeing the other chats on here.
Hey, JP, remember, I'm officially officiated to do weddings. So if you want to,
You are ordained.
I am ordained. If you want to marry your wifey there again, I'll do it for you, buddy. That's a deacon from Kentucky.
West Virginia.
No, it's not West Virginia.
We got Brittany Ziblis, $50. She said, Merry Christmas, Big Rich.
Merry
Josh,
Christmas,
and Fishy.
Brittany. I wish you were here. I'd give you a big old hug. Love you to death. You're a sweetheart.
I absolutely loved finally meeting you guys this year.
Yeah.
Thank you for the 51 Fishy Fridays. I would love to see a best of 2022 highlight video.
Ooh, there's a video.
Happy first Christmas to Alora and Merry Christmas to the fam. Thanks, Brittany.
Merry Christmas to you and your husband. You guys are like the perfect couple. Love you guys. Brittany and Anthony, they're just like perfect together, They are. And they're so sweet and nice.
They're funny, too.
And funny. Well, Anthony's, version of doing the Hoover impersonation, that was amazing. Oh, did you get this one?
No. Then we got RCDC, $5. And didn't say anything. So thanks, buddy.
There you go. Thank you, RC. Appreciate it, buddy.
So I used to do the year in rewind and go back and put the best moments into a video.
That's awesome. Do it this year.
Yeah.
We have more followers now. I think they appreciate it.
Yeah.
Just make sure that
It's time consuming.
it's time consuming. It's okay. It's
Because
okay.
I don't save these clips all year. I have to go and re-download the video and take the clip and do all that stuff.
Oh, wait. Can I say to Skylar's mom, the first couple days she was here, she proved to me that a human can sleep more than any other human on this planet. After that, she's been okay. She was waking up in the daytime. I'm like, I had to do a
The nurse had to check on me.
yeah, I sent my nurse in there to do a death check on her. Is she even alive? It's been 3 days. She hasn't come out of her room. She hasn't ate. I have not seen her come out to go to the bathroom. I mean, please go check on her. I've never had to do that before to a human being. So she was sad. She was arguing with her boyfriend, all that stuff. But now it's all past. It's all past now. And now he comes over and, they do things together and stuff like that. But she's much better now. She's awake in the daytime and she's sleeping at nighttime. She's back on a normal human being, normal schedule.
All right, let's read some more comments.
All right, we've got, here we go. OBG Foster, $10 says, Fishy Fridays helped me up my spirits while I was unemployed. Thanks, guys.
No problem.
Chatters.
No problem. I'm glad we can help. We're here to make everybody's day better and help wherever we can, So thank you.
Mary Frey, $5 says, Merry Christmas. Having an issue with snails. What did you use that kills off the snails? Also, I am old school and like Larry, Curly, and Low. LOL.
Okay, that's really old school, but yes.
So one thing you can use to help out with snails is called Dimilin.
No. This is to kill. Let's not try and kill first. There's plenty of people out there that want the snails that you think is a pest to you. So what I do is I take a leaf of romaine lettuce and I weigh it down, put it on the bottom of the tank at nighttime. By morning, that leaf will be covered with snails. You take that whole leaf out of your tank. You may do it 2, 3, 4 times in a row, but your snail population just completely, and you can give these snails to somebody else. Maybe I hate saying feeders, but maybe there's somebody around you with a puffer that would love the snails, or maybe there's somebody with an algae problem that would love having the snails there, helping them out with their algae problem. There's plenty of ways to go with that.
Nick Lotz says, kill all snails.
No. I have snails in both of my. Oh yeah, you forgot.
You are so morbid.
Depends on the snails. Some snails you can get that are decorative snails. They look cool. They're neat. And then you get things like pest snails and Malaysian trumpet snails. They come in and they take over your tank.
Yeah, because
It's okay.
Yeah, you forgot to mention I brought
Terrible.
both of my fish tanks over here.
Was I supposed to mention it?
I don't know.
Then how did I forget?
All right, we got Jim Sheasley, another $20.
Thank you, Jim.
Can we thank Jason Nestor at Legendary Wildlife Studio, Montville, Ohio? He makes all the fish I bring to you. Oh, talking about the mounts.
Oh, them fish mounts. Really? Jason
That's
Nestor makes
awesome.
these mounts? Jim, I thought you were going to garage sales and find them for $5, $10 a piece. I didn't know that you have a buddy that actually makes these. Dude, yes, we'll do a feature on him. Give me his address, his name, his shop, everything, and we'll do a feature on him and put it out there for people. There's a lot of people in the fish world that would love to have a mount of their favorite fish that is passed on. I had at one point 4 freezers of old fish, and he made me get rid of them.
All right, no. This was the domino effect. One freezer took a crap, and it started smelling so bad. I'm like, you're done.
Right. So now I have 4 freezers full of fish that I've had over the last 30 years. Any fish that I deemed was my baby.
Let's mind you. And one of these freezers was probably $30,000 in fish.
Right. These were some
That's
big
the
stingrays.
freezer that went bad.
And now, once the freezer went bad, Josh is like, "This is going to happen again." Blah blah. I'm like, "No, it won't." The electric's back on. Everything's good. And next thing you know, I have 4 freezers now of fish I've had over the last 30 years that I want to get mounted. The most beautiful fish, the most beautiful or biggest fish or whatever, and they were in this freezer. And next thing you know, he tells me this is going to happen again. we lost power here for like 12 hours, and all we cared about was the living fish. We got to keep them alive. We're running, what do you call it? Generators. We're getting gas. We're running this. I got 2 generators going, one for the air, one for this, and we're making this work. And then all of a sudden the temperature starts going down. We're freaking out. All this happens. Then finally the electric comes back on, and we're okay. We're saved. No, there was this smell all over the place, like death. And we're like, oh, the freezers. And we look under each freezer, and there was like blood dripping out of each freezer. And now it's, the freezer's back on and it freezes, but there's still that stench there. We took these 4 freezers. Josh told me, just get rid of them, Dad. You'll never find somebody to mount them. They don't do mounting no more. They do recreation. Show them a picture. So we're like, okay, we get a flatbed truck, and we put all 4 freezers on this truck, and we strap them closed, right? Because the stench was ridiculous. We go to the dump. Now, mind you, this smells like straight death.
Strap the freezers closed with ratchet straps so they don't fall open.
Right.
Jesus.
So we go to the dump, and the guy's like, oh, my God. Oh, what do you have in there? And I'm like, dead fish, buddy, dead fish. And he's like, you sure it ain't a body? And I'm like, no, there's no bodies in there. It's dead fish. He goes, just dump them over there. And so we backed up the truck. We lifted it up and dumped all 4 freezers over there and left. It could have been full of dead bodies. They did not care. I'm just saying, it was so rancid smelling.
You're telling people how to dump dead bodies
right.
over here right now.
The dump does not care. They won't. I thought for sure we're going to go in there. They're going to smell this.
Yes.
They're going to open each freezer.
So you're telling people how to dispose
dump
of
dead bodies. Yes. The dump does not care.
All right, JP Merlot, right? No.
Oh.
You missed it. Dumb. Right there. There you go. JP Merlot, $5 says build a bridge altar over the pool pond and do weddings.
Oh.
$500. Another revenue stream. Baptist Rich and Preacher Reaper.
Preacher Reaper. She's got another name for him.
Yeah, Sneaky Reapy.
Sneaky Reaper, or Sneaky Reapy, and what's the other one?
Creeper Reaper.
Creeper Reaper.
Did you see the one video where he grabbed a little bit too close to my butt?
No.
He came in from outside. His hands were cold. So she was on the ladder. So he goes up and puts his hands on her legs.
But it was literally a centimeter below my butt. So Creeper Reaper.
I'm sorry, Reaper. I did not
Sorry,
know that
Reaper.
was
I love
coming
you,
out
Reaper.
today.
All right, we got JoJo437 says,
What's up, JoJo?
My mom came out of a coma this morning just in time for Xmas.
Aw,
No
Wishing
way.
you all the very happy holidays and
Congratulations on
all the
that.
best for
Congratulations
2023.
for that.
That's
Oh, my
amazing.
God. That's
That is
amazing.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Wait,
Yes.
one question. Did she get to come home?
yes.
No,
Was
no.
she at home? Did
if-
she come home?
If you come out of a coma, you might still be in the hospital. But did
Yes.
she get to come home for Christmas?
Right.
That would be amazing.
Let us know, JoJo. Thank you.
That's sweet.
It
Wait,
just-
and how long? What was she in?
yeah, how long was she in a coma?
Rich will be CSI, the fish body dumper.
He made me get rid of him.
Because I looked at our Bobcat. I looked at the freezers. I'm like, I'm not digging a hole big enough. Get rid of them.
Our Bobcat should be up here for the snow removal. It's time.
I'll go and get the Bobcat anytime you want.
Right now, tonight.
Sure.
You'll bring it up?
There's not really enough snow.
There's not, but you'll bring it up for tonight.
Sure.
Yeah.
Don't matter. I mean, it's a matter of
Love you,
not-
Pumpkin.
on a thing and pushing a
That's
button.
my youngest right there. That's Pumpkin Boy. Love you, Pumpkin. He don't like it at all.
Uh-oh. Unfiltered Fish Keeper. $5. I'm going to let you read that one.
Okay, let me go to it
Great
right
one.
here. It says, Josh, your papa wants a purple. Ow! Dude. Ow. I hope that $5 is worth it because I'll never read anything you say again.
For Christmas, let him
Oh my
have it early.
God. That sucked ass. I'll put put it for the swear jar. Here. That sucked ass. I don't have another quarter. That was horrible. Why would you set me up like that?
I read it and I'm like, you gotta read it.
It was horrible.
All right, we got Mary Frey, $5. Says, I have done the letters trick and no one wants the snails, so this is why I was asking about the other solution.
Okay.
I always try to read home first. Smiley face.
Okay. You can use
In that
Dimmelin
case-
X. You can use copper. You can use whatever will kill
Copper will
crustaceans.
kill the fish, so you have to be careful.
Well, a certain amount of it. You can have a low dose.
Copper will kill anything.
Right. So a low dose will kill all crustaceans, blah, blah, blah. But Dimmelin X will not bother the fish at all, and it will get rid of all crustaceans. It will destroy them. And it's really cheap if you think about it this way. One bottle does, what was it, 200,000 gallons?
Yeah.
A half-gallon bottle is
For
60 bucks.
Oh, it's 60 now?
It's now 60, yeah. 60 bucks for a half-gallon bottle, and you can kill up to 200,000 gallons, of treatment. You can get small bottles of it. I don't buy the small bottles, so I don't know what they are. I just know that Dimmelin X kills all, anchor worms, parasitic, anything, It's a great medicine.
Shrimp, snails, yeah, all that. It gets rid of.
Clams,
Fish
everything.
slice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fish slice, of course. So, yeah, that's your answer right there. All right, so what's the next one?
We're actually caught up for the first time in a long time.
I see Bambi McCluskey talking to Raheem, talking to Sebastian, talking to Pete, talking to all these people in here. Dave, the fish dudes.
We have 8 minutes. Let's get some questions in the chat.
Here, you know what I do when I don't want to listen to either of them?
You don't want to listen to either of us?
I just lean back.
Oh my
and I
God!
relax.
I'm gonna call your boyfriend and tell him what you said about him earlier today. I'm making that up. She didn't say nothing about him, but we'll make up something and make her life hard because she's messing with me.
Yeah, Holden's asking if we've seen Rod's latest video about the rescue he did for the.
Oh my God, wasn't that a tearjerker, guys? Oh my God, I had to call Rod, and I'm like, dude, and he didn't answer the phone, and I left a message for him. I'm in tears over here. So Rod calls me back. He's like, dude, what happened? I'm like, what do you mean what happened? He goes, you said you were in tears. I'm like, yeah, I watched your latest video. You killing it online. That video pulled at my heartstrings. I was in blubbering tears over this video. This was amazing video, Rod. I just wanted to tell you. He goes, dude, I thought you had something happen at your place, and you said you were in tears. I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of that. I'm sorry, Rod. I didn't mean that at all. And he just did. He did such a good job on that video. It was amazing. I had to call and congratulate him, and for the amount of help that he's doing and the help that he's given. I told him I would try and do a video to help these people out on their GoFundMe thing, and Rod's a great guy. You guys got to admit, Rod's a great guy.
No matter with which YouTube out there, you might have a problem with them. But if you see someone that's actually doing good, like, when Rod was down in Florida, he actually got that family that I flew down to Florida for. We did that pond rebuild. Greg Woodstock went down there. I helped out. That was all because
you flew down there and donated your time.
Yeah.
And we paid for the flights.
Yeah.
To help them out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, we got OBG Foster, $2 says, should Arapaima and red-tailed cats be in the hobby? Easy answer. Absolutely not. But are they? Yes, they are, because people want to make money. What do people want? They want the things that grow big.
But there are other fish out there that should be in the hobby even more. So we're not worried about red tails. We're not worried about Arapaima. They're not a problem because there's plenty of people that want them, and plenty of people. Okay, here's the problem: a pacu costs $2.99. And they glorify it, saying it's a vegetarian piranha, right? And they sell you 3 with a 10-gallon tank. Well, within a month, they're too big for that tank. Pacu are the worst or the fastest growing fish to me, they're the worst fish, but I love pacu as a personality. They have the best. They're like water puppies. You know, they are smart. They are great. They're a great fish. But here's my problem with them. They sell them way too cheap. If they would sell them for $20, then, you know, this lady wouldn't buy her son, Joey, 3 of them with his 10-gallon tank. You stop. So that's the one problem. The next problem is, you know, they lie and say that they're vegetarian piranha. No, they are opportunistic, and they are normally a vegetarian in the wild. When they have whatever they want to eat, they will choose to eat the vegetarian food, you know, but they do eat, you know, shrimp and tilapia here with us, but they are the fastest growing fish. So not only are they the cheapest fish, they're the fastest growing fish. Now, there's so many of them in the market that none of the public aquariums want them. So they are the #1 nemesis of Ohio Fish Rescue. But I actually love the fish because they are so personable. I mean, if you have one pacu in a big tank, he will, you know, watch your nightly shows with you. He will come to this side of the tank to sit by you. You know, they are great fish. There's some. You don't see this problem with red tails because they sell them at $29.99 a piece. You know, they're $30 a piece. So you don't buy 7 of them with a 10-gallon tank. You know, that's the problem with the pacu. So we give out little stickers or door window clings saying, you know, we stand behind this store because they do not sell pacu, you know, Ohio Fish Rescue. And that's the one fish we want to get it to be special order only. Or even change the price of the fish to $30 a piece. It would lower the amount of fish that are out there, you know. Go ahead.
Ready?
Yes.
This next comment is going to get you because I didn't put it together until I read it. And it's freaking hilarious.
Okay.
Pretty Zibless, $10 is pretty sure unfiltered fish keeper who just donated the purple nurple is Kevin from Oregon who gave you the Tillamook jerky. That's his new account, and I completely forgot. It is.
Kevin, I'm gonna.
He changed his account
we were
name.
Friends.
Owns the Oregon Fish Rescue. Yes, for those of you that don't know, that is Kevin Josie.
Kevin, I thought we were friends, brother. You know, we loved you like family. And you're going to treat me like that? You got my nipple, you know, that hurt. Them teeth on them plastic things, when you bite down, I'm like, ow.
All right, we got Jim Sheasley, $50. Says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, OFR. I call you after the new year about my tank problem. Prayers for Tracy with the new year. God bless.
I love thanks, you, Jim Sheasley. You're amazing. You're a great friend to the rescue.
Oh, man. That was funny. All right, we got 2 minutes left. Let's get some
Where's the finger
questions.
puppets?
Right there. Get that one.
I will.
Nope, wrong one. There you go. Sebastian Simon, $6 says, Merry Christmas and thanks for all you do. Fishy Fridays are the best.
Aren't they? That's just awesome, right? We have a good time.
We are glad to bring you guys some entertainment, you know, some
and awareness of the problems in the fishy world.
Some weekends are better than others. Some you guys see Flappy get his jaw broken.
You know, some weekends you're here with your favorite host, Bigrich. Other weekends, you know, he's not here. You know, go ahead.
You wish. You wish. Flap around and find out.
Oh.
Just saying. All right, let's get can marble acara catfish go with Oscars? Yes, they can. So the marble acaras usually max out at around 3 foot to 40 inches, but they have a tiny mouth. So you can have a 12-inch Oscar with them and they'll be fine.
Dude, OBG Foster says, what would the ER doctor said about your nipple? How would you explain it? It got ripped off by Flappy.
It was Bruce.
The Bruce. Well, who's Bruce? He's a great white shark.
You got your nipple bit off by a shark, and you lived to tell the tale?
Dude, I can tell the real tale how my foot got bit off by a shark. Got sewed back on.
All right, guys, that is the end of tonight. You guys have been amazing. I hope you all
have been fun. It's been
wonderful holiday. enjoy the time with your family, and we will
Yes,
be
yes,
right
yes.
back with you guys for
After the
another
holiday,
Stay
yes.
Fishy Friday.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you being here. We love you all.
Happy holidays.
And as always,
Stay fishy, my friends.